Hey everyone, this is Nikki, CEO of Transform Nursing. Thank you so much for joining me in my live today. I am in sunny Baltimore right now. I can't even believe it. It's 60 degrees. This morning I swear it was like 30 degrees. Does anybody know what's going on? If you do, can you let me know? Anyway, again, welcome to the live. I'm the CEO of Transform Nursing. Welcome, Larissa. Thanks for joining. Today's topic is how to attract top talent in the workplace, a matter of diversity. But before we get started, I want to share a little bit about myself. What's up? Alkema, good to see you on as well. My work focuses on creating leaders who envision social justice as part of their daily work practices. The folk I speak to and speak about are big on social impact, which is the way our actions and biases play out in real life and impact our patients. And as a nurse, I believe that we are the change agents for our patients to obtain health equity so that where they live, play, pray, and grow will not interfere with them achieving health and wellness in their lives. You understand? And I believe that we as healthcare professionals can become influential leaders and impact our patients' community through practicing in a way that brings equity for all of our patients. And I help nurses and other healthcare professionals to influence their peers to be mindful. Hi, Yolanda, thanks for joining. To be mindful of their own biases. Do we need to be mindful of our own biases? I think so. And I provide this through structured learning opportunities. I do it through speaking engagements. I have workshops. I coach. I teach courses. So that people can understand how important it is to engage with the community. To learn more about the work that I do, please check out my website, www.transformnursing.com. Hey Dee, nice to see you on. And subscribe. If you're interested in the work that I do, what I talk about, please subscribe. I do blogs, I have podcasts, and like I said, I have a signature course. It's called the Nurses Influential Leadership Lab, and it's all about how you can learn together as a community to be an advocate, to bring social justice leadership into the work that you do, and how to really coach your patients to their highest level of well-being. So you guys have already waved at me and given me high fives. Like it. If you like what I'm saying, feel free to share with other people too that you think this might be valuable too. So again, the topic is how to attract top talent in the workplace, a matter of diversity. Whether we like it or not, we are going to have to deal with the fact that currently we might not be attracting top talent in our workplace. And research is showing that it really is a matter of diversity. For instance, did you know that racially diverse teams outperform non-diverse teams by 35%? And 57% of employees think their companies should be more diverse? It's true. And I'm not speaking just in terms of ethnicity or racial diversity, even though that is incredibly important, and gender diversity. I'm talking diversity in general. Okay, so I'm talking diversity in personality, leadership practices, and mostly in the way that we allow people to show up and be their full selves at work. Oh, you like my lipstick? Thank you. One topic that I think could be a little touchy to some people is the topic of millennials. Who here in this group is a millennial? Wave at me if you're a millennial. Wave if you're not. Tell me what generation you are. I'm a Generation X, I want to say. I don't really think about it too awful much, but millennials, they have been like in the front of, our minds in terms of workplace talent and diversity. So I want to talk a little bit about that. I want to talk about what kind of talent they bring to the workplace, what kind of value that they add to our workplace. According to Forbes, millennials hold about 20% of all leadership roles, and that percentage was set to grow in 2018, so it's even more. Millennial leaders prioritize values, ethics, flexibility, and feedback, right? Either way, they're about to define a new generation of leadership and influence, according to Forbes, and they will push harder for diversity and inclusion, being that they are so diverse themselves. They are trendsetters, absolutely. And I can see a difference in the way that I was brought up in the workplace and the culture that I see today. There's definitely a shift. And Yolanda, my very first workplace was working with you, actually, and it was a very different environment for me. It was pretty rigid. Very little room for error, if I remember correctly, and I think that I do. And I sort of thought of it as like a brittle workplace environment for people like me, to say the least. But what I'm seeing now is there's a shift in work culture, and a shift in the needs of the people who are practicing. And that shift is moving towards flexibility, ethics, and inclusion. And it is vital for us to attract top talent. And one thing I love about this generation of millennials, of workers, is that there's a strong focus for self-preservation, right? Like that just wasn't a part of what we did, right? Oh, it's the same. Oh my, the work culture is still the same as it was. You know, it's a struggle to like get things to change sometimes. But what I love about this millennial generation is self-preservation and what I call self-care. I absolutely love it. They are determined that flexibility be a part of their work practices and their work culture. And what I think sometimes is difficult for my generation and older generations to sort of work through is what this might look like for us. So things that we perceive as disrespect or even incompetence or even just juvenile behavior, for me, I think that we can flex into thinking about that as like a more relaxed way of looking at their workspaces, a more inclusive way of thinking about work, and being able to blend both personal and professional priorities and goals. So I think there's a great opportunity to attract top talent when we allow people to show up and be their full selves, still keeping to the mission, vision, and value, okay? Very important in our organization. So I'm gonna give you real quickly 3 ways that we can attract diverse and inclusive or top talent in our workplace. The first way is that we model what we want to see. Okay, so if you want people to be competent and capable, then you model that by showing up, doing the work, coming on time, being committed, and putting things in place to make it easier for other people to attain the goal, the mission, the vision, and the value of your organization. Not micromanaging, which happens often, but I'm actually talking about showing up, being authentic, and just putting in appropriate structures and guidance so people can do their very best work. The second thing that helps us to attract diverse and inclusive and top talent is to enforce the value of the organization and reflect those values in timeliness, quality of work, and self-care, okay? Self-care to me is becoming this new value in our organizations, and I know personally for me and my team, each and every month we do an evaluation, a performance, sort of mini performance evaluation, and the very top thing that I ask about is self-care, because I want my employees to understand that I value their personal and professional goals. It's going to be a requirement. If you're not doing that already, that's going to be a value that you want to add to whatever your process and procedures are, okay? And the third thing is you have to teach people how to treat you. A very good friend of mine taught me that, is that sometimes we just allow people to sort of walk all over us, whether we're in a leadership position or not. We have to teach people how to treat us, because sometimes they just don't understand. So to me, it's really important that I get treated with respect. And so I respect others. And when I feel as though I'm not being treated with respect, I go through the appropriate professional pathways to make sure that that actually happens. Because sometimes people misstep, they don't understand, and again, they may not know. So you get an opportunity to teach people, each and every one of us, how you want to be treated. And you can do that in a professional way. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this mini conversation. I don't want to give you too much information. I just want you to sort of think about how we can attract top talent. If you have other ideas about how to do that, I would love to hear it. If you have other topics that you would like for me to share about, let me know. I just want to be relevant to the things that you want. And you can find me again at www.transformnursing.com. I have blogs, I have podcasts, I have courses. And if you're interested in me speaking or doing some type of work with you and your organization, just send me an email and let me know, which you can find my contact information on my website as well. All right, everybody, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, beautiful 60-degree day this early February in our Black History Month. Thanks, everyone. Have a great one. Take care.